Kia ora, g'day, welcome back once again here with part 4. This is part 4 of my reaction to the Mountain and Arctic Warfare Cadre course. But this is the second part of the second video. I hope that makes sense. It's a 7-part series video, trying to get through them with 2 videos per series. So this is part 4. So let's jump back in.
The immediate essential is a bivouac, reinforced by such priceless jewels as a sheet of rusting corrugated iron rescued from a river bed. Scavenging plastic and metal artifacts, anything which is wind or waterproof becomes a preoccupation.
I found some good pieces of kit and stores around to make a shelter in the areas where they are anyway. So I wonder if they're staying in that same area, or if they've got agent RVs that they need to go and do. Got a river right there next to them, so a good water source, which is good. Maybe they might get some, I don't know, maybe they might have some fish or eels or something in there. Be interesting.
Oh, 6:30 next day. This group have been rather luckier than some. They have a breakfast, although admittedly the menu is rather limited. Stoat, grilled, baked or fried.
Chris, your first trial.
Yeah, we caught it this morning. It was dead when we caught it.
Oh, wow.
But last night we found a trap when we first got here. It was just over there in a pipe. So we took that out and set it. And it was sprung early on when I checked it in the night. So I reset it again. When we went this morning, we had this fellow in it. Stoat.
That's awesome. Wicked.
Not a lot of meat on him though. But I'm sure he'll make a stew.
All over the island, small pockets of Royal Marines are awakening to the reality that room service has been suspended.
With about 3 hours of light, so we decided we'd find enough material to keep ourselves dry for the night. We got some plastic sheets and a load of fern to keep ourselves warm. And then we put out as many snares as we could. We managed to get out 7 each. And this morning we got a rabbit and a hare.
Wow. That's wicked. Awesome. Wow,
It would seem that this group are doing rather well, but they have unscheduled visitors with more critical ideas.
What you haven't done is considered one iota the tactical situation of where you just put this bivvy. Not one iota. And for yourself, have done the course that I know you've done, it's not good enough, is it, really?
Good call out. I've been there too.
So what we want you to do by the next time we come, sir, is to lift and shift that. And let's have it with a bit more tactics considered. Shelter, tactical situation. Warmth, food. SIGs, security. You haven't thought of it. We can see your smoke from the roof. You know, it's dispersing a little bit, but probably would do even more if it's in the open. You can find a much better position than just plonking in the nearest wood. Yeah?
Right. Okay.
Disappointed then?
Well, obviously we got the shelter up. It's raining now, so to move is a bit of a blow, but such is life, you know. Just have to move at the value. I don't think we appreciate, you know, okay, I know it's a tactical setting, but I think we just took it for granted. It was just for part of the exercise. So, you know, it's no problem, just a move.
How about you?
Take it as it comes, you know. I mean, you've got to expect these sort of things. Yeah, you expect these sort of things to happen. So, we'll move, make the best of it.
Lieutenant Smith took such umbrage from the reprimand that neither he nor his men were seen again until the exercise was over. The line between enterprise and mutiny can be very thin.
Okay, I like the commentator's words that the officer and the other guys, they took such umbrage to the directing staff's instructions that they weren't seen again till the end of the course. Hard case. Good on them.
Probably find it's a better idea.
The hills are alive with prying instructors. The spot checks are not for the men's protection. They're to keep them apprehensive and on the hop.
I'm just laughing at the students. Blue plastic, I'm guessing it is, around him. Looks like a dress or something. It's not, yeah, anyway.
Lieutenant Hutton is proud of his catch.
Got it here, Chris. Yeah.
Which one was that?
I'm on the line on that fence.
But McLean is a hard man to impress.
Great. Everybody's going to find somewhere to look. The first thing they're going to search is natural objects. Woods, derelicts.
But then, surely, anybody...
I know you're going to have to survive, yeah.
But anywhere you had it, wouldn't your father give you, like...
Oh, yeah. Well, not necessarily. Look at all the things you can... There's no relation to Katie Ball. Right, Katie, how's it going? Right.
I'm just wondering, I couldn't hear the conversation, but this, where they are, or where the students are, where it looks like they've set up camp, looks like an old sort of derelict type, what used to be a building, I guess, or a homestead or a shed. And if I heard him right, like he's on the money, the instructor that is, if there was a hunter force and if it's a tactical situation, like the hunter force would go and search areas like this, any structures like this, because of the fact that it gives you a little bit of the ability to improve, for want of a better term, a bit more of a shelter within that space, even though it's run down. So it would be one of those places from a tactical perspective that you would want to avoid on a course like this. But again, it seems like there's no hunter force. The instructors are out there checking in on them, seeing what they're doing, how they're going, and getting them to lift and shift as and when they feel that they need to. So I wonder if they're going to get these guys to lift and move from where they are here. It's pretty open in the space, like in the landscape, just looking at the background, and even when the trucks are driving and dropping them off, it all looks pretty flat and wide and open. Not a lot of bush in and around the place.
Oh, what am I in there? You're having trout for breakfast?
I tripped last night.
Is it? You're obviously surviving. What's the next thing you're going to do is after you...
Look at the size of that. There's a good meal in there for those three lads.
You can leave it. And you need to have food for yourself.
You can make it out and just...
Throw it in your pocket.
I made that.
You probably find that you get 2 of those and that's you. A lot. There's a lot on there. No way you can get it out. It's a fair size, that must weigh.
Yeah.
You get a couple of those and that'll do. Yeah. You'd find out another thing that the farmers around here put packs out for the cows. Treat it very well. And they actually put their rotten veg and stuff in the fields. Not a tip. Just go where the cows are on you. As soon as they put it down, you can actually beat the cattle to it.
Stealing rotting fodder from innocent cattle may not seem cricket, but it's a handy tip.
Oh, they haven't worried about telling them to move from any tactical perspective in terms of that run-down pile of rocks that are there.
It's handy too when you stumble across man-made shelter from a bygone age, now the temporary residence of Russ Craig.
Russ, how are you getting on?
Not too bad. I haven't caught anything yet, which is a bit unfortunate. Got plenty of veg though. We're starting to get a bit fed up with that. Could do with some meat or fish. The other 2 lads are out now. One's gone over into the other area, which we're not supposed to go into. There's 2 reservoirs there, and we were talking to the lads yesterday up there, also which we're not supposed to talk to. But they've caught a load of fish in that, so we've got some night lines out, hopefully bring some fish back. And yeah, I'm these out at the moment, putting some more snares out, changing them. Because we've had a lot of the snares down that area, all around there. They haven't been too successful, so we've moved them up to the top near the road, try out there.
Tell me about the bits and pieces you've managed to forage.
Well, just up there there's a farm, and apparently a couple of days before we come on the island they moved out, so they've ditched all the rubbish. I think the best thing we've got is this Quality Street tin. It turns out to be a cooking pot. We get loads in there. Another good thing we found was a load of old kiddies' clothes and what have you. Might not look much to you and I, but we've got spare trousers, spare jacket, all sorts of bits and pieces. It looks like rubbish to everybody else, but at night time what we do with that is take our boots off, wrap our feet in it, and use the rest as pillars. I've also made a hat out of a bit of it.
It's also a good way to stay busy, to keep your mind occupied, to not just sit around and be bored. You're up and out foraging, looking to try to scavenge and get what you can from a calories perspective, but it also keeps your mind ticking over. I think of one of the guys that I was on the combat survival with in Australia. Good guy. Yeah, there was a hunter force in Australia. Now that this memory comes back to mind. Zulu is his nickname. We're in the same group. Good hunter in that as well. Languages, awesome soldier. I had the privilege to serve with him in 4RAR in Recce platoon before we went on selection together. He's up there. Him, Nick Caldwell and I from Recce platoon were on the same selection together, but we weren't in the same groups. But on combat survival, I was in the same group with Zulu. That's his nickname. And he spent time using paracord, the insides of the paracord, the white parts, to make this fishing net, casting net to throw out. We never used it, never had an opportunity to cast it, but man, almost every day and during the spare time, that's what he was doing, making the net. Looked awesome. Wish we had a camera so I could have taken photos of the stuff and of that in particular, of what he had made. But all those little things which may seem tedious, which may seem monotonous, or may seem like it's just a waste of time, there's a value in that, and keeping your mind busy, so you're not just dwelling on the situation of being wet, cold, hungry, or hot, sweating, dehydrated, and having nothing to eat for days on end. So yeah, that just comes to mind when this guy's speaking about the bag of presumably or seemingly trash looking, and what they're able to, or what they choose to do with it, wrapping it around their feet, using the rest for pillows. I think he said one of them made a hat. It's awesome. It's good.
There's all sorts. There's even a bra there. Get that way inclined. Socks and that's another good thing. I've worn these once because mine got wet yesterday. Amongst it, stacks of paper and what have you for lighting fires. It's all good kit.
Deprivation transforms them into something close to kleptomaniacs, even down to accumulating weapons of suspect firepower.
Got a gun to go hunting with, but I haven't got much ammunition for it, unfortunately. Anyway, we've just got a load of plastic things, bottles. We've got some plates if you catch them at decent. Eat it off. And then for electric razor for when we come out of the field. And that's about it. We gave some stuff away yesterday. Did your mutton come round? Well, we swapped him for some veg actually. Took pity on us because they've got stacks in their area apparently. Unknown to anybody else, we've also got a push bike, and tonight going down there.
Down there is a familiar landmark, Mary Logan's farm. There are strict rules against touting aid from local residents.
Is that Mary Logan's, is it? That is Mary Logan.
I wouldn't be rid of that anyway, because that's...
Did they say Mary Logan's? I'm just thinking, when I was on the NZ Combat Survival, we had a place that's called Mary's Orchard for the first phase of where we were for part of the Combat Survival, which was, I think, in and around the Coromandel area from memory. And Mary's Orchard, that was a godsend, put it that way. So they say Mary's Lodge or something? Hang on.
Residents.
Is that Mary Logan's, is it? That is Mary Logan.
I wouldn't be rid of that anyway, because that's one I gave a recce on the other day. All I did was just walk straight down the road to within about 300 metres. Got a wheels allocation of dogs, so it'd be stupid to try anything anyway. But further down, I don't know, 6-7 k away, there's quite a lot of farmhouses. I take a bimble down there.
The locals equally are warned.
I wonder if the we're about to hear the locals get warned. I wonder if the what's the name? They go back. I wonder how long after the lads completed this course that it was released, and I wonder what the instructors thought. They probably brought back memories of them, and what they may have done during their time on their
Particularly
course.
Mary Logan, a lady of kindly disposition.
Hello, Mary. Long time since I've seen you.
Yeah.
Well, we just come round to let you know again about the lads coming round, and if you do see them, for you not to give them all your cups of tea and sandwiches and stuff like that, And I've seen the twins down the road there.
Did you?
Hmm.
That's good.
Hmm. So you've not seen any of the lads at all?
No, none at all.
Good lass. No, not at all. I wonder if the camera crew speak with her after and ask her if she has, and if she tells them, I have. That'd be a hard case.
None?
No, none at all.
They've not been in your barn and asked you for some straw and stuff like that, no?
If they take anything from you, Mary, would you tell us when the end of the exercise is over so that we can replace it?
Yeah.
Well, she lost a couple of ducks last time,
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Ducks she lost a few years ago.
What will you tell them if any of them should happen to knock on your door and ask for a cup of tea? What will you tell them?
Not give them anything.
Good girl. We'll be coming round during the week. We'll probably pop in and see you
Yes.
and see the boys. Okay? Right, see you along then, Mary.
See ya.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye. Bye.
Look like the camera crew is waiting to go and ask her another question without the
Well,
staff.
Mary Logan's one of the people that doesn't take a blind bit of notice of what we say. She treats it very much as if she's an agent of some kind, and it's a big game for them. It's a nice bright aspect for their normal from their normal run-of-the-day lives.
Good on her. That's hard case, and it's awesome to hear him speak about that as well. So they have an idea that Mary Logan, bless her, and hopefully she's still living today. That she does what she does, or that she's done what she's done, because hey, there's times there where we without giving the locations, where we part of that process, reaching out to some of the locals in the area where we could, to see if we could get some help. Didn't always work out, but we had some wins along the way, which is good.
And they look for it with enthusiasm every year when we come down. And she doesn't take a blind bit of notice, and she will actually take people in. I mean, she'd keep them in there for the whole time if she could. But obviously, from past experience now, it's getting harder for her to do it because we watch her very closely.
Well, you did the course yourself. Would you ever dream of going into somewhere like Mary Logan?
Definitely not. Now, I was approached by Mary on several occasions, but refused any sandwiches or anything like that she offered.
Day 2 of the 10
I like that. I don't believe him for a second.
10-day ordeal.
Okay.
Time for the commanding officer to arrive with one of those just what you need requests.
I'd like to see a spoon from each of you next time I come round. Okay? That's not a metallic spoon. That's a wooden spoon. Made, designed, fashioned.
He found a set in his pocket, actually.
Found a set in his pocket.
Okay, first. PD.
Well, I'd like to see a wooden spoon carved by each of you, right? One project. You've got the old sunken eyes, haven't you, Corporal Dale? You've looked pathetic already. It's only day 2.
I do? All right.
Put your pride
Oh, we've all made a spoon each. No, a fork. Jan's is a good one. Just got one. Made a proper fork then. That was after Captain Lear come round, We'd only been here almost 3 days. We'd been running around like blue-ass flies searching the area trying to get some food. And all he could go on about was why we made a wooden spoon. I thought it was quite incredible. Kind of survival situation to make a wooden spoon. And that was all he was interested in. Why haven't you got a wooden spoon? Well, we've got them now.
Well, part of that, I think it might have been this guy that mentioned the project, or maybe it was another guy. But having little projects, like I was talking about my mate with the net, the casting net that he was making with the paracord, the insides of the paracord, it helps, keep you busy. Like finding little projects to do, foraging, collecting and picking up stuff that looks like rubbish to anybody else, or that would probably be rubbish to you and I on any other day of the week, except when your situation changes to what theirs is, then things don't necessarily look like rubbish. But those little things, going out foraging, collecting, all that sort of thing, coming up with ideas or thoughts around what they could be used for, all of those are neat little projects that you can have, which you can use. Actually, just back to Mary Logan and that aspect, without going into the details of where we were, one of the places that we went to that we managed to get some help from, the couple there mentioned that they had helped people like us last year or the year before. So it was it was a pretty hard case when we heard that that these particular locals in the area where we were had come across or had been approached by and helped out some people that were dressed similar to us the year before.
A soliloquy on the nature of the spoon. Apparel fashioned from a fertilizer bag. It's a far cry from the tunes of glory of the Royal Tournament or the glittering promises of the recruiting posters.
If any of these guys are caught in a house on this trip, what is going to happen to them?
They'll go back to Plymouth and back to their units. They know that they're not allowed to use houses. If they're caught, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. You BRTU'd, return to unit. You're given the instructions. Yeah, risk taking is part of it. All that aspect, and as you saw when they're doing the inspection. But something like this, when you're out on a situation like that, yeah, we all knew. Like if something happened, if we got caught in the place, then we were done. So, we didn't spend too long in those places, if and where we did get help, because there were a few places that just got the nah, sorry, mate.
They will go back.
And other infringements of the rules?
Other infringements of the rules, if I find them eating cheese sandwiches or packets of salt, packets of cornflakes, caviar or whatever else, they will. I'll have a suitable punishment for them. But if I find them in a house drinking cups of tea and keeping nice and warm by the Rayburn cooker, they will go back.
Hey boys!
There are heavy penalties too for teams fraternising with one another. Yet chance meetings on lonely roads do happen.
Good.
These guys in their clothing, man, they're like a hard case. They almost look like some sort of sports team that been their uniform.
Yeah, just go and get their furs in.
Oh, yeah?
They got to hair
I've got your hair down.
to get it for emergency rations.
Oh.
And the thing about what you were saying about how easy are they getting it, we don't want it too hard. It's going to be no good whatsoever. All we're going to have then is 17 zombies. Well, anybody can produce that. But they, as I say, the big thing is they learn and learn things and learn how to what it's going to be like, and just think what it would be like if they never had all this polythene and corrugated stuff, which they will do later on in Norway anyway.
It is a luxury, really, the polythene.
It is, and we'll let them use it because if you do scavenge and you're on the trot, you'll use it. I mean, you will at night. Is go to people's places. Without that, you're not going to survive very long at all. I mean, you can imagine how long a person would be able to stay out on a night on here without any of that protection at all, even if he had a certain amount of clothes. I think a couple of days and there'll be an exposure case, and the day after they'll be dead.
Well, no one has died yet, but there are 7 days to go. We shall rejoin them next week in the islands that are not always what Mendelssohn and Samuel Johnson cracked them up to be.
Awesome. I'll pause that one there. So this is part 2 of the 7-part series done. Really enjoying it. Brings back a lot of memories. Helps with the old grey matter where I was forgetting in Australia whether we had a hunter force or not. And then I remembered that we actually did. Remember when we got bumped? I don't know if we had the hunter force hunting us the whole time like we had for phase 2 of the New Zealand one. But there was definitely a phase where there was a hunter force there. And we got bumped and left our place where we were and went on the run before making it to safety, and then being transported, and then everything else happens from there, and then going into the bag for the resistance to interrogation phase. So yeah, this is awesome. This is great to watch. I'm wondering if they have something like that, if they have a resistance to interrogation phase of their course. I'm presuming they may do, given the nature of their work and the deep behind enemy lines and doing the combat survival. I'm assuming they've probably got some type of resistance to interrogation phase for their course. And yeah, looking forward to it. Got another, what's that, five episodes to chip away through. So anyway, thank you very much for your time and for your support if you made it this far. Appreciate you. And as always, the message is the same, man. Regardless of any difficulties, challenges that you may be going through, just encourage you to keep turning up, keep staying in the fight, put one foot in front of the other, and just take one day at a time. Know and trust that things can do and will get better, and that there is a light at the end of that tunnel. The sun will shine again. So as always, go always a little further. Remember, who dares wins and who cares wins. And until the next video, there's a big mana wave coming from me to you, filled with my aroha. Respect, appreciation, and gratitude for you all.